to begin? Twilight, New Moon. More like 2 hours of nothing. It's absolute garbage from start to finish. It's all just this teenage girl crying and moaning and screaming in her sleep about the fact that Edward has dumped her. And you know, it's like, just get over it. Just get over it. You're just like, what's wrong with you? And yet, I really hate about the fact that this whole thing of Twilight with this movie, it's just generated all these people on the internet, these teenage girls screaming and crying at Edward and stuff like that. And I mean, I know obviously teenage girls were a bit pathetic before anyway, and they take things too much to heart and they cry and they moan if some boyfriend dumps them. But now Twilight is effectively taking that to a new ground where there's like even more teenage girls crying to the point of ridiculousness. And it's just, oh my god. It's just so bad as a film. It doesn't work. It's completely all over the place. It doesn't have anything to say. It can't even make its mind up. There's all these plot points which are really, really boring and don't go anywhere, where she can't make her mind up. She wants to go with Jacob, or she wants to be with Edward, but then she sees Edward and, you know, ghostly whatever things, and it just goes on and nothing really happens at all, and it just ends up being nothing, I'm afraid. And just, you know, I didn't think Breaking Dawn was that bad, but you know, this movie is so bad that Breaking Dawn actually looks like a masterpiece. It's so terrible, like, it's unbelievable. I can't even believe it. And Kristen Stewart, I haven't mind in the Twilight movies, you know, prior to this and the other ones that followed. But seriously, in this one, she's the most fucking annoying character ever. Like, she just, all she does is moan, and she wants to jump us out of a cliff because she thinks, oh, it'd be recreational, and oh, a bit of it'd be sort of adrenaline, and just think, no, you stupid cow, stop it. And you know, I just think this is just a really terrible film. And what does it say about teenage girls? The fact that, oh, well, you know, we're all a bit pathetic anyway, that we moan and groan and everything. But now let's elaborate on that. They're more got to cry and groan, and it's just pathetic. I just really hate it. And what it should be saying is teenage girls shouldn't be like this, like, at all. And it shouldn't make more girls want to be like it, because that's what it's doing. Another thing, you know, I like Michael Sheen, but this is a really, really bad film, and you've got Michael Sheen in it. It's just like, what the hell? It's like a stake through the heart, literally. And it's just, it just goes on, and there's this rubbish stuff about the Vulture or some garbage, and you think, I don't care. I've been here for 2 hours. It's gone on like a bloody tractor on a slow road or something, and nothing's happening. You know, I mean, it'd be more entertaining if someone would just, you know, run around like a silly moron in the cinema or something. Going, that'd be more interesting than watching 2 hours of this garbage. It's terrible. And, you know, I didn't mind the first movie. That was alright. This is terrible. The third one was really good, and the fourth one was alright. But, oh, God. Just, it's not even funny, like, how bad it is. It's just stupid, ridiculous, and it really just sends a bad message to teenage girls, and that just really just annoys me. Like, oh, well, you know, we know you're pathetic anyway, but let's just elaborate on it anyway, because, you know, this is a bad movie, and let's just carry on. And it's just so terrible. It's like on every level. Like, Taylor Lautner, like, I don't think what's even going on there. Like, the acting's wooden and it's really boring. And I don't mind him in the other films. I think he's quite good in the other films. But this is really bad. It's like no one even cared in this movie. You can tell it. Like, you can tell from their performances. They don't give a shit about this movie. And I don't give a shit about this movie. It's just stupid. And just, you know, like, you know, when you have a movie and there's like a whole like story arc, all those characters that are interesting, and there's stuff that's going on that's interesting and you're engaged, but no, all it is, it's just moaning and moaning and moaning and moaning and moaning, and then moaning and then screaming and then trying to kill herself, and then she gets hurt and almost drowns, and you just think, oh, for God's sake, just go off with Jacob and go off into the distance and go away. You know, maybe that'll make you happy, Even when with Jacob, you still think about Edward, you stupid twit. Oh, it's just stupid. It's like, there's a line in the movie where it's like, Charlie's like, oh, well, you piss off your mind about Edward. It's like, really? That's a laugh. Really doesn't. She's like, stop for a second. Like, well, it's nice, but I'm missing something. Oh, Edward! Oh, just piss off, please. Oh, a load of crap. Honestly, I've never known such a disgusting piece of film like this in some time that would piss me off so much. It's just so bad. And it just went on and just, try to be sort of visually interesting where they shoot stuff and they do flashbacks and they do throw some garbage in. If they threw in some garbage of some guy doing a motorcycle stuff, maybe that would be trying to be like, oh, look at this! Oh! It's just, oh, wow. Because actually there is a moment when that actually happens, ironically enough, but, it still goes into the whole thing of, oh, Edward, I miss Edward! Oh, no! Oh, just no. Stop it, please. It would be even nicer in a way if one of those vampires, the bad vampires, which she encounters, I can't remember his name, but it'd be so much more interesting if he actually killed her at the point of that film, because, it's just like, well, I really would have liked if you killed her right now, because otherwise we're going to have to sit through this piece of shit film. And it's laughable. I mean, I didn't understand why it had to be this bad. I mean, the other ones weren't so bad, and I liked the third one, but it's like, there's moments in this film where you're just laughing at the dialogue, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake. And there's a line tail up this time, I'm just like, it's going to get ugly. And you're like, oh my God, is he on about this film? It's going to get ugly? It's like, I think it already had got ugly about an hour and a half ago. But, just don't bother with this film. It's just a complete waste of time. And I just, think it's hands down the worst of the franchise by far. And it still gives Underworld a slap in the face because of all sparkly things of vampires and all that, which pisses me off anymore. And it also pisses me off the fact that obviously they rip off the whole thing about, vampires and werewolves, because if Bella turns into a vampire, then they're going to have a fight. Oh God, how bloody original is that? And it's just, no, just, if someone says, watch this movie, run away to the hills and just no. Just say, no, I'm not going to do this, and go away and get a life. Because, seriously, if someone wants to watch this movie and think it'll be a good time, then you need to get a life. Seriously. And some girls like, oh, let's watch this movie, because she goes about Edward. Oh, no, shut up, you tramp. Oh, God.